our experience in exploring how technology could be effectively utilized in teaching, learning, and the educational process. We are so proud to have come such a long way, and looking back to where it all started, a journey that began 10 years back and one which never stopped, learning from each year to make this event more successful and carrying along with us those memories. Our Lotus MUN family has grown bigger, brighter, and cheerful with each passing year. And we are extremely honored to have you all with us today.
Pervasive COVID-19 pandemic has caused many challenges, but the Josh is still high.
Dear students, as you participate in the conference in these 2 days, I encourage you to take the work you do seriously and do it to the best of your ability. Do the work with a sense of honor and humility. We are facing a global health crisis, one that is spreading human suffering, infecting the global economy, and upending people's lives. This human crisis calls for solidarity. Our human family is stressed and the social fabric is being torn apart. People are suffering, they are sick, they are scared. Current responses at the country level will not address the global scale and complexity of the crisis. This is a moment that demands coordinated, decisive, and innovative policy action from all by transcending national boundaries. My central core message is clear. We are in an unprecedented situation and the normal rules no longer apply. We cannot resort to the usual closed boundary solutions in such unusual times. The creativity of the response must match the unique nature of the crisis, and the magnitude of the response must match its scale. Globally, we are at war with the virus. Let's redefine the norm and come together, because global solidarity is not only a moral imperative, it is in everyone's interest. And who can do this? This can be done by young delegates like you, who are the future leaders. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
We want young ones to lead the world. We as adults have failed. And I'm sure the moment you have the stirrups in your hand, with you, and you have everything in your hand, you will be really riding us with great speed to a better world. At the end, the MUN conference traits that you will be inculcating will serve you well in all your future endeavors. As I told you, that after the World War II in 1945, when the countries got together to create the United Nations, it has been a great new world where people have had an opportunity to express their feelings, their various problems, and found solutions. You have the 6 organs to carry on out its functions. You have the General Assembly, you have the Security Council, you have the Economic and Social Council. I would like to inform all of you that I personally am a member of the ECOSOC and Tamanna's organization too, and I would like LVIS to become a member. You have lots of advantages. I've had 3 opportunities to go and speak there for the disability sector. Then we have the Trusteeship Council, we have the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat, of course. I have full confidence that out of the 300 delegates today, many of you will be future diplomats and many of you will be joining the United Nations. My best of luck and my gratitude to LVIS Gurgaon, especially the Director Principal, Mrs. Anita Malhotra, for giving me an opportunity to address here. It makes me feel great. And as you said, as a grandmother, there is this kind of advice that comes to you, which shares common experiences which were not so different when I was in school. So best of luck and have a great future and the coming 2 days. Thank you.
Now, the theme is very interesting that you have thought of for this Model United Nations 2021. Redefining the norm. I don't want to make this too much of a monologue because not too far back I was also in school, and I remember how eminently boring one-sided conversations can be. And although I know that there are at least 200 odd young people listening to it, I'm sure that you'd like to interact and engage more rather than just be engaged in a monologue. So I'm going to keep it very brief. And I think one of the reasons why the United Nations or many institutions fail is because they don't engage in dialogue, but they have a certain agenda or a certain particular view, and that's driven as a monologue. So let me come to why exactly we need to discuss this issue. What does redefining the norm mean, and what it means in the context of the United Nations? And then let me open it up for some question and answers and interaction with our young friends here. How much the world has changed in the last 1.5 years is something that is so evident in the way we are conducting this program. I mean, who would have thought, say in January 2020, that we would be sitting at our homes probably doing this program and not in the school auditorium or the school premises. The world has changed upside down. Just think of the many things that you used to do that you don't do anymore. You don't shake hands with people. I was just thinking about it. Did we ever think that the way we greet people will change so much? Did you ever think that the way we go out, we wear masks, we're very careful about keeping them on? Did you ever think that would become a part of your lifestyle? In fact, many people will forget their phones, but now you can't forget your mask. Things have changed a lot in the last 18 months, particularly after the corona pandemic struck us. And therefore, it is the need of the hour to redefine the norm. Nothing is as it was pre-COVID. I think the world has now got divided into two phases. One is the pre-COVID phase, and one is the post-COVID phase. And therefore, every institution, every individual, every country, every organization has got to reorient itself with the new realities of the world.
Now to the most awaited part of the ceremony. With the power vested in me as the Secretary General of Lotus MUN 21, I now declare the conference open.